The Dossier Report. Open up your mind. Now, a 55-foot long Triassic sea monster discovered in Nevada. The beast shows that the Ichthyosaurs grew big really fast. A sea monster that lived during the early dinosaur age is so unexpectedly colossal, it reveals that its kind grew to gigantic sizes extremely quickly, evolutionarily speaking at least. The discovery suggests that I'll just say the icky, a group of fish-shaped marine reptiles that inhabited the dinosaur era seas, grew to enormous sizes in a span of only 2.5 million years, the new study finds. To put all this in context, it took whales about 90% of their 55 million year history to reach the huge sizes that the ichthyosaurs evolved to in the first 1% of their 150 million year history. They have discovered that ichthyosaurs evolved gigantism, much faster than whales. In a time where the world was recovering from a devastating extinction at the end of the Permian period, study senior researcher Lars Smits, an associate professor of biology at Scripps College in Claremont, California, told Live Science in an email, "It is a nice glimmer of hope and a sign of the resilience of life. If environmental conditions are right, evolution can happen very fast and life can bounce back." Researchers first noticed the ancient ichthyosaurs fossils in 1998, embedded in the rocks of the Augusta Mountains of northwestern Nevada. Only a few vertebrae were sticking out of the rock, but it was clear the animal was large, Smith said, but it wasn't until 2015, with the help of a helicopter, that they were able to fully excavate the individual, whose surviving fossils include a skull, shoulder, and flipper-like appendage, and airlifted to the Natural History Museum of Los Angeles County, where it was prepared and analyzed. The term named the new species Symbospondylus youngorum. They reported online Thursday, which was Thursday of last year, December 23rd, in the journal Science. This big-jawed marine reptile lived 247 million years ago during the Triassic period. Like other creatures from that time, it was weird. Imagine a sea dragon-like animal, streamlined body, quite long, with limbs modified to fins and a long tail, Smith said, with a nearly 6.5 foot long, or that's 2 meters, skull. This full-grown sea youngorum would have measured over 55 feet, which is 17 meters, or longer than a semi-trailer, the researchers found. When the 45-ton, which is a 41 metric tons, sea youngorum was alive, sea youngorum would have lived in the Panthalassic Ocean, a so-called superocean off the west coast of North America. Smith says, based on its size and tube-shaped, sea youngorum likely ate smaller ichthyosaurs, fish, and possibly squid, he added. There are many huge beasts that lived during the dinosaur era, but sea youngorum stands out for several reasons. For instance, sea youngorum lived just 5 million years after the Great Dying, a mass extinction event that occurred 252 million years ago at the end of the Permian period, which killed about 90% of the world's species. That makes the ichthyosaur's huge size all the more impressive, as it took about 9 million years for life on Earth to recover from that extinction. A 2012 study in the journal Nature Geoscience found, however, there was a diversification boom of marine mollusks known as ammonoids. Within 1 million to 3 million years of mass extinction, the 2012 study found, it appears that ichthyosaurs' venture into gigantism was in part due to chowing down on the early Triassic boom of ammonites, as well as jawless eel-like conodonts that filled the ecological void following the mass extinction. The researchers of the new study said, in contrast, whales got big by eating highly productive primary producers, such as plankton, but these were absent in dinosaur age food webs. Study co-author Eva Maria Gribbeler, an evolutionary ecologist at the Johannes Gutenberg University of Mainz in Germany, said in a statement, despite the whales and the ichthyosaurs' different paths and timetables toward achieving gigantism, the groups have a few similarities. Excuse me again. For instance, there is a connection between large size and raptorial hunting, just like sperm whales dive to hunt giant squid, as well as a connection between large size and tooth loss, just like the giant filter feeding whales that are toothless, the researchers said. This new fossil impressively documents the fast-track evolution of gigantism in the ichthyosaurs. Smith said this. In contrast, whales took a different route to gigantism, much more prolonged and not nearly as fast. Ichthyosaur history tells us ocean giants are not guaranteed features of marine ecosystems, which is a valuable lesson for all of us in the Anthropocene. Paleontologists Lean Delsit and Nicholas Pyenson, who weren't involved with the research, wrote in a related perspective published in the same issue of Science. So, basically just a little something different. Exploring animals from the past, how they transformed now. They basically found this sea monster. It was 55 foot long, discovered in Nevada. Now you have some people who theoretically says all of these monsters were created man-made. They were just put there. And then you got some people who say, well, they've been there. It's just that they're just turning up now. So let me know what you think about that long that long book I was reading to you guys. But let me know what you think about that finding. Do you think that'll help with science? That'll help us learn more about mammals in the sea as well as the fish as well? Or do you think it's just a bunch of mumbo jumbo? Thank you for listening. Like, comment, subscribe, share this. Hit that notification bell to select all to receive upcoming notifications. And if you love what you hear, you could go to the description box. You can hit my Cash App link. It'll take you right to my Cash App. You could donate $1. You could donate $1 million. Doesn't matter. Whatever you see fit, we accept all. So thank you guys for listening. This is the Dozier Report, and we're signing off. Peace.